Black Fit Wish, the Dream Oracle, is here. I just wanted to share a little bit about the energy right now, how I'm feeling energetically, and what I've been observing around, just this space that I live in and the people that I interact with, because I would say within the past week, really within the past week, my anxious energy has been heightened. I've been feeling a lot of anxiety. It's been hard for me to sleep. And I have been having a lot of dreams. The dream realm has been very interactive. A lot of travel, a lot of messages. I think I shared in the community tab a few weeks ago about how I had the death angel come. And it actually was my partner's best friend that passed. And last night I had a dream that my partner's oxygen level dropped down to 23, which is very low. But it turned out not to be him, it was somebody else. And we formed this prayer circle, and I started to speak in my light language. And then the people came back to me saying that she was okay. So it turned out not being my partner, it turned out being some other person that ended up having some type of issue, but it was a group of us that started to just form a circle. And of course, you all know I'm really big on symbols, especially sacred geometry, but circles and triangle, I look at that as like the unity symbol that cannot be broken. And it's very powerful. The circle is very powerful. It's binding. You can do a lot with circles. Just plain circles. Just one circle, or Vesca Pisces, or whatever you choose. But circles are very powerful symbols. So that happened in the dream state last night. I also traveled, sped up to probably maybe a few hundred years past where we are now, into a realm in which, in order to, travel or even go from community to community or neighborhood to neighborhood, you had to have this, I don't want to say card, but it was almost like a badge of some sort that was issued by a Baptist hospital. Here we have a Baptist hospital. It was issued by Baptist Hospital in order to pass through, saying that you're clear of STDs, any diseases, all of that. It was a card, and you had to scan that card in order to go and move on, just like you would go between like some gates, or you go to a supermarket and the little small gates open up, very similar to that. And I didn't have one in the dream, and I remember when the lady was like, oh, we can get you signed up right here. They had, and I was like, no, that's okay, I didn't want to do it. So there were people similar to how I was in the dream who did not have access, but you could, it was almost like if you were traveling with someone else, or if you knew somebody that had a car, they could get you through. That was interesting as well. So going back to the anxious energy, because this happens with me every so often during different times of the year. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really pinpointed it down to what may be going on in the cosmos. I have been listening to some metaphysicians and some channelers on YouTube who have talked about, the planetary movements that's going on right now this week. A lot of them been sharing about May 18th. And then a lot of energy has been around just manifestations, clearing your thoughts in order to bring forth those things that you will in, which I also have been really pouring a lot of my soul, essence, and spirit connected to bring my physical form under subjection of the thoughts that need to be during this time in order to bring forth various, I wouldn't even say manifestations, but just to connect me closer to higher self. Just connecting to my highest self, because my thought process, if I'm connected to my highest self, then any and everything that is destined will come in the proper alignment, without me going through various trials and lessons to get to it, because I feel like we're going to get to it anyway. When destiny is destiny, we're going to get to it anyway, but it's just based on your obedience and connection to spirit on the route. Sorry, y'all, railroad tracks. On the route that you end up having to take in order to get to that point, and when you're connected to your highest self, then you don't have to go through the obstacle course, right? You can just glide right on in. And so that has been most of my meditation, calming, to try to calm my energy down during this time, is a lot of subliminal messaging, meditation that I listen to on YouTube to help relax my energy and bring me back to a state of balance. And breath work is also very important, and it mostly hits me during the rising, so it's not during the day. Once I'm up and out, like right now, I just left the house, it's 10:37, up and out, I'm not as anxious as I was when I first woke up around about 8 o'clock. But it took me probably I woke up around about 7, but it took me a couple of hours to kind of gather myself, do my meditations, listen to my subliminals, and get, in a closer state of awareness to my higher self. So I'm not in this space. And you probably can even tell from my voice, like, I sound tired. I sound like a lack of enthusiasm than normal, but it's just my energy during this time. And so if you all know about, planetary alignment, I'm not big on, astrology. I really try to read my book, and understand patterns, because I feel like our life is patterns. And I also utilize those things that come to me easily, and dreams come to me easily. So I also track what's going on with my dream state, and it always tells me what's going on. So what I believe is really huge was the prayer circle with me speaking in light language. That was a huge message for me of what's going on during this time, that I'm definitely delving more into, I would say, to speak to me even deeper on what all of that means. Even the number 23, because like I shared with you all, they said that my partner, that his they said that his oxygen level dipped down to 23, and I even look at it from that perspective, looking at that number 23. So yeah, that is what I wanted to share. I know I hadn't been on here much lately, and I don't pop on, like I've said before, unless I really feel guided. Like I really have to feel led and guided. I just don't like to talk just to be talking. So, as always, I leave you all in peace and high frequencies.